this is an introduction to my makeup, and so it's going to be an inventory slash declutter, showing you what I got, talking about stuff I love, talking about stuff I still need to experiment more with. So first up is sunscreen, and as a melanoma girl, sunscreen's super important. My favorite winter sunscreen is Live Tinted, and I have it in both the large size and the travel size, because never without it in the winter. Great for a base. Love it, love it, love it. Next is the Michelle. I get it in light, I believe. Yep. And it is my summer scent, like super hot weather. It is my base. Love it. Will continue to buy it. It's high in zinc. Zinc oxide is my jam. Those are my mains. And then I got some minis of the super group, both the unsunscreen and the sheer screen. Haven't really come to good conclusions yet. They're just not quite what I was hoping they'd be. And so, yeah, glad I got the minis, glad I tried it. Not gonna keep working on it. Next up is primers. I have the e.l.f. Putty Primer, I think this is original. Yeah, pretty close. I guess that is pan. Yeah, love it. Use it whenever my pores are being a little too obvious. And the only other primer I have right now is a mini, maybe, get her further out I guess, a mini of the Tone Up Primer from Yinsa. It'll be a throw in my bag when traveling, maybe throw in my gym bag type thing. Next up is foundation, and I do love Clinique. This is the one in my project pan right now. It's Even Better Glow in Breeze. I also have just straight Even Better in both Breeze and Bone. Sometimes I mix those if I get a little much sun. I also have the Even Better Clinical in Breeze. And then I have these. These are on the slate for decluttering. These are the Bounce from Beauty Blender. I have 110 and 120. Yeah, it's okay. It's not great. And because they're so square, a rectangle, it's so easy to get shoved in the corner of the closet. I guess I will keep these. Probably actually after I finish the one I'm working on, one of these, or maybe both of them will go in the project pan. I kind of mix them, see which shade is better to pick, which would be a good panning shade. The Studio Makeup in Oat. This goes really yellow on me. It's a nice formula, but it is just like yellow on me. And so it is going to be decluttered. And I have the Yinsa I'm not really great at checking shade names. Light Neutral, and it has like a grayish undertone, but it works on me really well late spring through early winter. So really enjoy that formula. And then the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream. Whenever I'm light coverage, this is my go-to with just, wow, that was a lot. Just a little bit with sunscreen under it. And it looks a little gray, but once it sinks in, once it's sheared out, it is actually the perfect undertone for me. And so there's the difference. Like, a lot of stuff goes yellow on me, and even though Clinique can go yellow on me, and I use either the Yinsa or this to move it closer to my skin tone. But if I'm just going quick, this is like the throw in my bag, go camping, throw in my gym bag. This is my light coverage for sure favorite. Next up is my powder foundations, and this is the Clinique in Breeze. Surprise, surprise. And then I have the KVD in light medium. This one tends to go really yellow on me and oxidize. So in the pan it looks about the same, but it does go yellow and oxidize. So that is on the chopping block. And then last but definitely not least is Pure. The 4-in-1 in light in 6. And you see I have pan in this. I also have another one that may have pan in it that lives in my gym bag. This is my Refresh My Makeup. Love it, love it, love it. And other stuff kind of comes in and out, but this is for sure my favorite powder foundation. Next up is powders, and I have one pressed, and the pressed powder has pan in it. This is Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. Love this packaging. We'll reuse this packaging for sure. My under eye powder that I love, use almost daily. And for loose powders, I have Kimchi's Puff Puff Pass, and I like this. It has just enough color and it doesn't go yellow on me. It's got a good undertone for me. The Huda Beauty, the sugar cookie baking powder. Yeah, I like if I need that super brightening, this is it, because that is a white powder. And then I have a mini of the Laura Mercier translucent powder, everyone knows so well. And this is a refill of the Supergoop SPF powder. Setting sprays, I only have 2 right now. The Item Beauty One Hit, which is a dewy setting spray, and it is currently in my project pan. And then I also have the Pacifica Set and Protect Matte that has some sunscreen in it. So this is my summer setting spray. So I have a winter and a summer setting spray right now. And those are my setting sprays. Next up is face palettes. My newest face palette is the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked Elephant palette. Love it. These tones work really well on me. The undertones match really well. I have the Milani All-Inclusive. It's gotten a little bit of use. It's a good throw in a bag when you're going somewhere for just a quick business trip or whatnot. And then this is my one that I am using in my project pan. Look away if you don't want spoilers. That's where we're at with that one. And then my not mixed face palettes, these are just highlight palettes. This is Shades by Shein. It's got 4 highlight shades. That's definitely more bronzer topper, blush toppers, 1 highlight for me. And then I have the Rach Loves Pixie palette, which was my first intentionally buying a collab. And these work well. I use just Lays by itself and sometimes Tea and Clutch. And these two end up being eyeshadow brighteners for me. But since this is intentionally a mixing palette, I'm totally cool with that. And I really enjoy this palette. So next up are the ones I don't quite consider palettes, but they have more than one color. This is a Becca Endless Bronze and Glow, and it is the Sunset, so it has highlighter, blush, and bronzer all in the same palette, or a blushy look. And then I have the Essence Contouring Palette, so it's a highlight and a bronzer, which it's the exact same purpose for me as I have the mini of the Film Star Bronze and Glow in the lightest color. And then I have a duo that is a pink and a gold highlight from Trade Loose. Other ones I have now into highlighters. Real Her Keep Going is a bronzy gold. And even more golden is the Fenty Beauty Hustle. Hustle Baby. Hustler Baby. And then the Lorizzi. This one is it's really creamy, and I like the creaminess of it, but the tone is just a little too gold for me most of the time. I'm gonna pull it out in the summer and see if I can kind of add almost a false golden tan with it. Then one that's technically a blush, I think. Dandelion, yeah. Well, it's a highlighting face powder from Benefit. This mini, I got a mini set at one point. Dandelion. So I use that as a blush topper. And this time of year it does really well. Actually, that's a highlighter. And then I have a mini of the Nudies stick, and this is their highlighting formula. And it is actually a decent highlight for me. Yeah. And then finally, it's something that I don't know really where it would fit in my categories. This is the Smith & Colt Glitter Glow, and it is just glitter, and so this is going to be decluttered, given to someone who can use just glitter, not me. And I don't know, like this and this, they're both really gold for me, and so one of these will probably get decluttered. People talk about really liking this formula, so I think this is going to be the one that goes. So there's my highlights. Next up is blush. I have the Item Beauty Admit It, which is my, love it, berry blush. And I actually have two of these, so one is going to get decluttered. And then I have my Tarte blushes. I have Party, which is that really pretty neutral. This is a all the time winter to spring color for me. And then I have Natural Beauty, which is a bright pop color. It's one of those that I always think I'll use. You can tell the imprint is still very much intact, and that bright pop of color is styling. Then I have Frosé in the mini. Has a lot of sparkle for me, so if I use this, I'm not using a highlight. And then I have Exposed, which is one that if I can focus it, it's getting pretty close. This might be one to pan. The imprint's all gone and it is getting lower. Then I have Real Her, Not Your Average. And it's a, that one's gone off. It has, so that is a declutter. And then I have the Arincia Beauty. This is a summer, for sure, that sunset ombre. And I have some minis from Benefit. I have Georgia, which is a peach. I have Sugar Plum, which is that mix. Play with that color. And then I have Dallas, which is Dallas the bronzer. Oh, it's a rose blush, but it ends up going bronzy on me. So that might actually get housed with my bronzers. Then I have Patrick Ta. She's adorable. And then move to my creams. I have Kiko Milano in 07, which is really nice mauve neutral for me. I have Anastasia in Latte. Oh, roll away. That's a brush. In Latte, which is a great one and done product for me for my cheeks. And then I have the nudies in Bohemian Rose, which is a little bright for me, but if I'm doing that pop of color, it's a good base. And then I have Phytosurgence in Fume. Love this formula. Looks a little beat up, but is when you use a brush in, and I love it. It does not want to focus on this. It's a really good texture. I love this stuff. And then I have my creams in sticks, or squeezy tubes. This is Pure Lease BB. I love this one. It is maybe about a third of the way full. This is in Blush Glow, Cool Mauve. And then I have Rose Romance from the Milani line. And it is, it's a little too pink for me, but. And then I have the Ulta Beauty Dusty Pink. So actually, I have enough of those. I'm gonna get rid of the Milani one. And that is my blush. Hey, so next up we have my bronzer category, and I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I do have pan in that, and that is in Light. And then I have the Park Avenue Princess by Tarte. You're starting to see the rings in it, and it is Park Avenue Princess, I guess. That is the right shade, but it's not the glittery one. And then I have the Balm Oliver, Home of the Bronze. And then I have the Hoola Bronzer in another mini. So 2 minis and 2 full sizes of traditional bronzers. Then I have the Kosas Chromatica. Oh, that has bloomed, so we're not going to use that. I was going to say I actually have. So that one's decluttered. 2 of them, but one came broken. But yeah, that one's in much better shape. And I like this tone. I think it's actually supposed to be a blush, but it works really well as a bronzer on me. So that is going in my bronzer stash. And then I have the Tarte Cream Breeze and Breezy. And then I have the Nudies stick in Bondi Bay. And I have the Kiko stick in 200, which is a really good contour shade for me. And then I also have the Oma Beauty in the number 3 in that sculpting shape. Sculpting shade is really good for me. I have not used the highlight shade a ton. It does work really well with the Phytosurgence fume though, like the textures work really nice together, so a lot of times I will use this stick and my Phytosurgence. So the only declutter from bronzers was that Kosas that had gone bad.